Hi and welcome to Two Wheels Better. I'm down at PDQ's in Maidenhead in Berkshire, and I've come down here to have my ZZR tweaked. In fact, it's going to be de-restricted. I've got the C3 model, and it's a popular thing to have it de-restricted and dyno-jetted. But these guys at PDQ certainly don't mess around, and here we are, my bike's already up on the rolling road, and Larry's here to explain it all. Larry, quick work getting us up there. What's going to happen now?
Okay, well, I'm going to pass you over to Nick here, the dyno operator. And what Nick's going to do, he's going to, as you see, he's loaded the vehicle up already. It's up on the rolling road. Now he's just going to run through some base runs to measure the horsepower output of the vehicle right now and the curve of the power, and then before he does his modifications. Over to Nick.
Okay then, Nick.
Yep.
And I suppose you've got to take all this kit off, all the tank and fairing bits.
Got to come off, the carbs have to come off, take them all apart, fit the Dynojet parts, K&M filter, full power carb tops, and there you go.
So overall, what is it? 3 hours, 4 hours?
About 3 hours work, yeah.
Okay, well, no further ado. So you're going to fire him up now?
Yeah, that's right. We'll do some base runs now.
Okay, you just be careful. Well, it was a pretty impressive test, and you needed these ear defenders on just to stop yourself going deaf. So what have we got here then, Nick? I know in my hand I've got a printout, but what's on screen?
Basically, we've just logged the base runs, the power that the bike is making at the moment, that consists of a fourth gear roll-on and a run through the gears as well, both of which give me various sets of information to know what jets I'm going to use when I'm setting up the kit.
So what's it actually peaking out at the moment?
About 118 horsepower at the moment, which is not too shabby, but it will get quite a lot better.
Okay, and so we shall leave you to wave your magic wand and do the necessaries and be back with you later.
See you later.
Right, Nick, I see you made a fair bit of progress. How long has this taken you to get it down to this stage?
This is about an hour's work so far to get the carbs off in this condition here. What I've done here, just to show you the difference in these carb tops, this is a de-restricted one and this is the standard restricted one. As you can see here, if you try and lift the slide, it only goes up about 2/3 of the way before the carb top actually restricts it. Whereas this one...
It's amazing that you still get that performance with only... Well, it's opening about 3/4 of the way, isn't it?
That's right, yes, it is. But you still get a lot of power, you know, as we know. But on this one, as you can see, the slide lifts all the way, so you're getting the full choke size of the carburetor, which will give you, you know, maximum top end power.
Yeah.
So that's part of fitting the kit on these. We also changed the main jets for Dynojet main jets, the slide needles, which are this bit here for a Dynojet needle, and we also drill one of the slide lift holes, which is this one here, to just making it slightly larger, which gives better throttle response. So as you come back on the gas, the slide will lift a little quicker.
Does that just balance up the air above the diaphragm and below then?
That's right. I mean, CV carbs work via the vacuum created by the demand from the engine. That vacuum passes through that hole there to above the diaphragm, and that's what sucks it up. So the bigger that hole, basically, the quicker the slide's going to lift.
Okay. And so on the main jet, so they're not physically bigger. I mean, it's a bigger hole.
In actual fact, with this particular kit, they're smaller. If I can just turn that over to show you. The standard main jet on your bike is a 140, but we're going to run with a 136 main jet. That's because the needle that we're changing here, the Dynojet needle compared to the stock needle, has a richer end dimension. You probably can't see that on camera, but it's very fine.
I can't even see it with that respect.
Compared to the standard needle, it's quite fat, and obviously the needle does control the fuel that comes, you know, from the main jet. The fatter it is at the end, the less fuel's going to get by it. So in actual fact, we're coming down on the main jet instead of up. You know, you don't always have to, you know, put bigger main jets in to make the.
But
right
it's working with a new needle.
Exactly, it's getting the CO right and making sure it's getting just the right amount of fuel everywhere.
And you said earlier you can actually change the Dynojet needle as against the Kawasaki one. You can't change the height of it.
That's right. If you look at the two needles at the top there, standard Kawasaki needle just has a top hat, so it's non-adjustable. All you can do is sometimes just shim them up a little bit, but you can never go down to lean them off. Whereas a Dynojet needle is completely adjustable. You've got 6 grooves on the top of the needle, and so you can adjust it richer, leaner, whatever to suit different exhausts.
Reminds me of my youth. They always used to be like that on the old AMO carbs, didn't they?
Exactly, yeah. And, bikes have got more and more this way, where you can't adjust things, and therefore you need to fit the kit to make it an adjustable thing.
Okay, so you're well on the way then, stripped down, ready to go. You've demonstrated that one's on there.
That's it.
So it's just do the other carbs now,
Absolutely.
stick them all together.
Side lift holes, finish off with the needles and what have you, and start putting it all back together.
Well, here we are, 1 hour later, as they say. Nick, it's looking pretty well complete. I know the tank's not on, but at least you got the airbox on. Has it all gone pretty smoothly?
Yeah, dead straightforward, Jeff. The kit's gone in on the base settings. I'm fairly confident it's going to work first time. As you can see, I'm running off a remote tank here, simply for ease, because if you put the tank back on, it's very difficult to make adjustments to the kit. So it's just a standard fuel in here and pipe straight into the carb. So we're ready to go, really, and see what we've managed to achieve.
Okay, let's fire it up.
Okay, Jeff, we're going to have a look and see what we've managed to achieve here. Yeah, that all looks good. What we're looking at here are the 2 4th gear roll-ons before and after. The blue curve is obviously the base run before the Dynojet kit filter and carb tops, and the red one is now afterwards. What we've got along here is RPM, and up here is horsepower. So you can see top end mostly we've gained quite substantial horsepower, but a little bit right through the mid-range, from sort of 5,000 up.
Okay, Nick.
The other thing to look at is the all-gear run, and that's these two here, which we have to look in speed, being different gear ratios. You can't look at it in RPM. Again, you can see that the red one was the base run, the blue one is after. The tops are a little bit squarer. It's lifted the power nicely. It's making about 127 horsepower. So that's very good.
Well, I've actually got a printout, as well as it being on screen here. I've got a certificate to take away with me, just proving the power output that I've now got. Nick, one thing, the CO measurement, carbon monoxide, this is still an environmentally friendly bike then?
Absolutely. I mean, more environmentally friendly than it was before, because it was actually running a little bit rich before. So now I've dropped the CO down a little bit on both the cruise and on acceleration. So you should lose a little less fuel, which obviously is good for the planet.
Okay, well, thanks very much for all your hard work. I shall look forward to the ride home. And now I'm going to put my kit on, and proof of the pudding is in the eating, or perhaps the proof of the pudding is in the riding. Thanks, Nick.
Pleasure.